Cortez came to Veracruz in 1519. It was in 1519 that the Spanish came to Mexico. One of the things that had occurred was that there were huge civilizations in Mexico. There were the Aztecs, there were the Mayans, there were the Olmecs, there were the Toltecs, many types of indigenous peoples who had had very sophisticated civilization. The Spanish came, and it was a conflict between the two. Now, in 1521, Cortez defeated Montezuma and the Aztecs at Tenochtitlan. Now, does anybody know the city Tenochtitlan, where it is today? Yeah. Yes? It is Mexico City, correct. Okay. Tenochtitlan was Now, for the next 300 years until 1810, the Spanish ruled Mexico with an iron fist. In 1810, there's another very important figure in Mexico's history named Padre Hidalgo. Let's everybody say his name. Padre Hidalgo. All right, now, Hidalgo began the War of Independence with Spain, very much like our Revolutionary War with the British. He began by asking for more land rights from the Spanish. And his first revolution was unsuccessful, and they chopped his head off and they put it up in the courtyard in the city named Guanajuato. Now, after Hidalgo's failed attempt to free Mexico from Spanish rule, both Spain and France sent many armies into Mexico in the 19th century. Now, once these armies are there, there's another very important day that we just passed called Cinco de Mayo, which was a battle in Puebla where the Mexican army that was understaffed defeated the French. Now, this battle was in 1865. All right? Now, after that, there becomes a period of exhaustion with the European conquerors where they no longer wish to rule Mexico. And finally, in 1876, a man named Porfiriato Diaz takes over Mexico and rules the country for a very, very long time into the 20th century, into the 1910s. And this creates a period of time in Mexico called the Porfiriato. Let's see if we can say that word, Porfiriato. Okay, the Porfiriato is a very long period of time where there's what happens is the countryside in Mexico becomes very, very, very troubled. Now, then, we get to about 1910. 1910, there is the Mexican Revolution. And the revolution is to take the countryside back, and it's led primarily by Pancho Villa and Emiliano Zapata. So how many of you know of Pancho Villa? Oh, yeah. How many of you know of Emiliano Zapata? All right. Now, this is the era where Carlos Chavez's music is coming from. He was, in fact, born in 1900 in Mexico City. And if I use the word canción, how many of you know what I just said? All right. Now, the next music we're going to play is a canción in this music. And it is from a canción called El Bosque, or the Flies. And so we're going to play a little bit more of the Chavez horn quartet and see if you can recognize that this is very much like four horn players with a canción singing very late at night.